We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Why is there a trope of women being attracted to bad boys and jerks and assholes? Women are the gatekeepers of sex. You choose who you sleep with. If you're consistently sleeping with shitty men, you have nobody to blame but yourself. You disregard the guys that would be loyal, good partners, but they don't excite you. How often do you hear girls say, I didn't feel the connection. I didn't feel the vibe. I didn't feel the chemistry. There wasn't a click. You're looking for some sort of excitement that only guys who are either assholes, jerks, or bad boys are going to be able to elicit.
Talking about bad boys today. Love them or hate them, they do get the girlies. It's Marco, back with the sage talk and jocularity. I have a spicy clip from the At Whatever podcast about those bad boys. I've also got a man on the street clip asking random women what they like about bad boys. Today's fresh squeezed podcast juice is going to be zesty and rather filling too. So don't go swimming for an hour after the show. Hey, it's Uncle Marco just looking out for you. How about we do this?
This is the Boulder Zone, the fusion of masculine advice and entertainment.
This is Sparta!
Here's your host, Marco Boulder.
Hey, welcome back to the big show. Glad to see you here again today. We've got the chats up, doing a late night show. Hope to hear from you in there. So, why do women like bad boys? I've seen a lot of videos and read a lot of articles of different people trying to explain it and all doing a mediocre job. If you break it down, it's quite simple and not that complicated to understand. That's what I'm going to do for you. Break it down right after we see what these women have to say about bad boys.
Yes.
Yes, I think absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. I think a majority of girls do like bad boys.
I think it depends.
I mean, I love bad boys. You like good boys?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Some do, but some don't.
You'd like to think that the good guy always wins, but that's not often the case.
I think that women are attracted to men who turn out to be jerks. I don't know if they go looking for bad boys.
I like the idea.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I mean, some girls like them, but we don't.
I think some do, but I think more girls like nice guys.
I'm in between. I like guys who treat me well, but they also give me time to miss them.
Girls go more towards bad guys.
They're definitely immediately attracted to them.
I guess there's something like attractive about it.
I have no clue. It's just appealing. I don't know why.
It like puts them out of their comfort zone. Girls like to be, I guess, checked sometimes.
They really want a guy, a more independent guy to like them.
It presents more of a challenge and it's a bit more fun.
There's something appealing about the danger. They tend to be more confident, more masculine, more sure of themselves.
That edge, you know? They like to be different.
If somebody's just nice all the time, it's almost like, all right, I'm sick of being like bossy all the time. Like, stand up to me, you know?
I don't want someone soft, that's for sure.
More things
More
to,
edge. They're
yeah.
like dynamic.
Girls don't like nice guys. They want a bad boy.
I don't think we've ever liked a bad boy.
I'm not into or attracted to bad guys. I think they're jerks and they don't know how to treat women well. I think women should be treated with respect.
It's always the good girls that like bad boys.
All girls like bad boys.
All girls like bad boys.
Oh, wow.
but I don't think that's what they're actually looking for.
It's never a good idea, but we don't know better until it's over.
Bad boys don't tend to stick around that long. A lot of them are stuck in like perpetual childhood. They don't want to grow up.
After a little while, it gets old.
Getting their heart broken a couple times, I think they do learn.
I agree with that.
I think it's like a one-time thing. I think you think it's like fun at first, and then it just sucks ass.
I agree. If you're heartbroken enough by enough bad boys, you move on.
I think after the initial appeal wears off and women see what they're really dealing with, they get over it pretty quickly.
I don't think there's an age. I think it's just like an amount of experiences with them, and then you're just like, I'm done. I need to move on.
You would hope so, but I don't think so. I don't think they do. They like it.
I think the bad boys grow out of being bad. The nice guys will come out on the top in the end, but you have to go through a couple bad guys first to get to that point. So I don't know, I guess they just have to be patient.
I think someone who's there for you and sweet and smart and has, you know, a lot of different interests is more appealing.
It's always a phase. Everyone goes through phases, totally.
I hope so.
You can't be a bad boy when you're like 38. You'll probably be in jail. You want somebody that's like, you know, in the suit, in the tie, going to work, that can support you, things like that.
In reality, you want more educated ones that have a life ahead of them.
I think they kind of grow out of it. I think it's more of a maturity thing. Like when you're young, you like the adventure and like being able to just kind of let go. But when you get older, you want someone who's more stable and more dependable.
And the good guys then marry everybody. Everyone that's married is always usually good, I would hope.
Bad guys always have some really sweet, soft story as to why they're the way they are.
Yeah.
And good guys are just like...
You want someone who is strong enough to take care of you. You don't want someone who you think is weak, which I think is generally misconstrued as someone who's a nice guy, that they are weak, and that someone who is a bad boy has like
More assertive.
is more assertive.
Nice guys can totally succeed. I think they have to step up the confidence. They have to be willing to take charge.
Keep doing what you're doing and be yourself. Especially if that's a good guy, you will be happy with a great girl in the end.
You date a bad boy and then they suck, and then a nice boy's nicer.
Just stand up for yourself. Like, just like you would in any setting. Don't just let anybody walk all over you. Like, even if it's your girlfriend, you're like, oh, I love her, I care about her. Okay, sometimes she's gonna do something that you're just like, you know what? No, I don't want to do it.
You know, I try to be nice, but that doesn't work. You know, I didn't really get the girls that way. So after a while, I started robbing the girls that I wanted to date, and turns out, you know, they love me.
Thank you, Jimmy Lee, for that. You heard it right there. Women like bad boys. Let's break it down, though. It's not the women. It's not that women like the person, the actual man himself. They like the qualities that most bad boys tend to have. Qualities that nice guys don't really have. Bad boys are confident, assertive, dominant in social situations. They take charge and are in control of social interactions. While nice guys are typically submissive and tiptoe around women for fear of being rejected and saying the wrong thing. Bad boys pretty much do what they want. They're straightforward and they're not afraid to tease a woman a bit. And they're not shy around girls. They tell them what they want. Bad boys are direct and to the point. There's no beating around the bush. And they're not afraid to make moves. They don't overthink whether a woman likes them or not. They just assume that the girl does, and they go for it. If they get rejected, they're not fazed by that either. On a date, a bad boy will tell a girl, hey, we're going to Starbucks at noon. Be ready for the best date of your life. While guys say shit like, hey, you want to go out somewhere? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? You know, if they would just be more decisive, like a bad boy, they'd be more successful with women. One of the biggest reasons girls don't choose nice guys is because most guys, nice guys, aren't really that nice. Women know the reason that they're nice to them is because they want to be seen with them and they want to have sex with them. But since they lack the necessary masculine fortitude, women see right through it. And nice guys wind up looking awkward and not confident time and time again. If you really want to get somewhere with a woman, be straightforward about your intentions, but stop short of sounding like a dick. Long story short, don't be a nice guy with an agenda. If you actually are a nice guy, be nice to everybody without expecting something in return. Otherwise, you're not nice. You're actually a douchebag. Kind of ironic, right? Okay, so here's an easy example so it sinks in. A guy who actually isn't nice might hold the door for a woman expecting to score points with her in hopes that she'll check him out in return. A guy who's actually nice might hold a door for a woman not caring if she likes him, dislikes him, or even says thank you. That guy also holds doors for ugly girls and guys as much as he holds them for the hot girls. Make sense? In summary, bad boys are confident, assertive, they're dominant, direct, and decisive. They treat people pretty much equally, whether they're attractive women or ugly guys. They're not shy about being themselves and saying and doing what they want. In addition to this confidence, bad boys make a statement with their look as well. There's nothing more attractive to a woman than a guy who has a bad boy style. I mean, right down to the details. And that style fits with a solid body language and a strong personality. The best example of a bad boy look is slimmer fit clothing, season appropriate shoes and boots, and darker colors. They wear high quality accessories like rings and watches. You know, wearing a watch with your outfits is an easy way to add a bad boy element and make your look more distinct. But if you're trying to rock it with a Timex, you're going to look like a douche. Don't do it. Okay, so let's see what Brian over at whatever podcast has to say about bad boys.
So women are chasing after these really attractive guys, and it's bad for most women and it's bad for most men.
You know, it's crazy. They say that by 2030, 50% of women will be single.
I can see that. We're all dating each other now. On the low.
Yeah, because we're all over the men population. That's why we're single.
Wait, what?
I said because we're all over the male population. What's left?
Well, you're over the 10 or 20% of men that are treating you poorly.
Which is most of the population.
20% is not most of the population.
No, I'm saying the way that they act. And we're over the way that they act, a good majority of them. It's gotten really old, the same game.
You know, some of these people that Brian has on his panel, I think he picks them just for the lack of intelligence. And it makes it interesting. I like his show. I mean, he's a very intelligent guy, very informed. But most of these people he has on there are lacking a little intellectual agility.
Okay, but have you ever said that the guy's too nice?
Have I ever said that somebody's too nice? I've given nice guys a chance.
Okay, but why is why is there a trope of women being attracted to bad boys and jerks and assholes? You got women. Women are the women are the gatekeepers of sex. You choose who you sleep with. If you're consistently sleeping with shitty men, you have nobody to blame but yourself. You disregard the guys that would be loyal, good partners, but they don't excite you. How often do you hear girls say, I didn't feel the connection, I didn't feel the vibe, I didn't feel the chemistry, there wasn't a click. You're looking for some sort of excitement that only guys who are either assholes, jerks, or bad boys are going to be able to elicit.
Again, I think that's subjective. Personally speaking, I have given nice guys a chance, and I have definitely felt a connection with douchebags. I felt a connection with guys that were awesome, but I think that there should be a form of excitement no matter who they are, whether they're nice or they're not. There should be something to look forward to.
Do you think a good relationship, a long-lasting relationship, the foundation of that has anything to do with how excited someone makes you?
I have to say something about the guy sitting to his left. He's sitting there in this getup, just kind of staring. It's kind of creepy in a way. Let's roll it and see if he even says anything.
I don't think excitement would be the word.
You're like turned on by smartness.
Yeah,
intellect.
Absolutely. Intellect and I don't know, like somebody that's actually goal driven and going towards something.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of disagree with the whole. Are you talking about ambition, ambitious men?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think women really care all that much about ambition.
But we're telling you we do.
I think it depends on the girl. If we're ambitious, I want an ambitious guy.
Let me qualify my statement. Women are attracted to ambitious men who have reaped the rewards of said ambition.
Not true.
Not true.
Not true.
I am the most ambitious man in Santa Barbara. Okay,
That's
maybe
not true at all either.
women aren't.
Burn.
I'm pretty damn ambitious.
Yes, sure.
Women aren't busting down the door to date me because of my ambition. They don't. It's not like
when someone's goal oriented, that's a huge turn on. Like,
do you
that's
state
what I
that
look
like in
for.
your day? Like, do you express that you are ambitious?
Well,
that's weird to say.
So
by
then,
the way,
then
I'm
a girl
so
just
ambitious.
isn't gonna know. You know what I mean?
But also,
Look,
ambition
they're gonna
shows
know.
in your
Look
behavior.
around
They can
you.
see.
Ambition is
But
shown in your
what if
behavior.
she doesn't know?
Maybe it goes back to you splitting the bill on the first.
Yeah.
Well, you exhibit your ambition from your
be.
behavior and the things you talk about and the way you present yourself.
I think the ultimate thing, if I can do a little psychoanalysis, that might be preventing someone like you from attaining your dream girl is just that you have this block where you think about so much about body count, so much about her being a high value woman, instead of just going to the date, finding someone you connect with, and then seeing like, could I build a family with this person? Is this someone who's going to be loyal to me, accountable, somebody I can trust? Will this be a good mother? How does she react in terrible situations? These are the questions that you should be asking your future partner. And as a woman, I'm looking for somebody also accountable. Am I going to need to remind him every weekend to help me with shit, or is he going to be out there doing it? And that body count doesn't really factor in for me, even though I don't have a high body count. I'm just looking for somebody who's going to like be my solid partner.
Well, there's an exception on the panel. Jessica Rabbit there is very sentient, very impressive.
You know?
I mean, so you're saying your dating advice to me is that I'm going in with what? Too much expectations?
I don't even think it's expectations. I think it's judgment. I think you're like going in with
turn this into the mic, please.
A little like too much judgment instead of taking into account all these other things. You're focused on these like minuscule things, and you're
minuscule.
I agree. Minuscule. You know, most guys are just as concerned about body count as women are. You know, it's more socially acceptable, obviously. Unfortunately, let me put it that way, that guys can sleep around and they're studs. But if women sleep around, they're sluts. But still, that's something that both of us kind of look at. If a woman has been around the block, you know, it's something we hesitate a little bit on in having a long-term relationship. I recommend that people get to know the person before you jump into the same household with them. If it's just a physical relationship, then, you know, as long as you're safe, I mean, what does it matter what the body count is? He's talking about relationships and how he doesn't believe in the baggage that can come up with sleeping with 20, 30 guys. So I'm pretty sure that's where he's going with that. Let's go on.
I mean, you're just saying body count. That's like so physical. Like, are you not
You're focused too
concerned
much on the past too. You're not really focused as
on the
much
present.
towards someone's present and future, what they're working towards, and stuff like that.
See,
From what
this-
you've told us.
Okay. Thank you for the feedback. Here's what's so funny to me is I think women are unaccustomed to hearing men communicate and articulate their preferences, standards, and boundaries.
Yeah, you know what? Let's talk about that. Men are hesitant to do that because they're afraid of running afoul with what the woman's value system is. I think men need to grab their balls with their values, what they're looking for in a woman, what it takes for them to be happy in a relationship. And if the woman isn't down with that, if she wants absolute control of the relationship or doesn't agree with a more traditional relationship, who knows what the situation is. I think people get tied into the physicality of each other too quickly. They get enamored with the romance and the passion and the sex and all that sort of thing, and they jump into a relationship too soon.
Women are the queens, or maybe the kings, I don't know, of going for exactly what they want. You guys have laundry lists of criteria that a guy needs to meet. Y'all swipe left on like 90% of dudes. So you're talking about physicality. Women are much harsher judges of, if we're speaking of physical attraction, women are far harsher judges of men on physical attractiveness than men are towards women.
You know, that's absolutely true. Most women want a tall guy, right? That's kind of the first thing they look at. And if they're short, that poor guy's got a lot of work to do to get up just to the standard of a tall guy walking into a place.
As far as like stats, we as men, we really don't ask for a lot. Women will have literally a list of shit that a guy has to meet. He's got to be tall. He's got to be good looking. He's got to be great in bed. He's got to be all these things. We as men, we don't ask for a lot, but the things that we do ask for matter a lot.
The basic things that a man wants is they want the woman to respect them. Now, you have to show her that you're respectable. But men want respect. They want a woman that's feminine. They want a woman that's caring. A woman that takes interest in their life and not directing their life. If he is an auto mechanic and he's doing well and he's talking about buying a garage for himself and she gets involved and wants to do the planning, and let it be his. Let him own his dream. Your job is to support that. Just as much as it is for him to support your dreams and your aspirations. You know, guys just want that femininity. They want that connection. They want that relationship. Nowadays, it's such a tough road to hoe with the social media influence on men and how they are expected to be a certain way and be more sensitive and deny their traditional masculine sense. I'm not talking about machismo and being an asshole and that sort of thing. Men are hunters and gatherers. That's what we do. Women tend to be the people that excel around the home life. Now, stop. I'm not saying that a woman can't go out and be successful and earn her way in the business world. Not saying that at all. I'm just telling you historically, over eons, the roles that men and women have had that's bred into our DNA. And now, over the past, 30 years, it's getting denied. We have to change what's inherent to us. You know, what you see on social media about this garbage is not what the masses think. If you go out, and I think I said this in the last show, if you go out and you ask your friends, you ask your regular, ordinary friends and people at work what kind of guy they're interested in. They want a guy that's a masculine, intelligent, attractive guy that loves her, will chase her around the couch, make her feel special. I've gotten off the subject here. Bad boys. You know, getting into the description of bad boys, one of the things that women are attracted to is how they're mysterious and unpredictable. And they're not like that sunglass dude that we just saw in the clip there. You know, I wonder about that guy. He did speak, didn't he? Didn't he say something? He's in that ice cream man outfit, and I wonder what his story is. I guess I'll have to go back and look at the show and see if he's a bad boy or he's a player or what he is. Anyway, women like that bad boys keep them guessing, and they don't know exactly what he's going to do next. You know, it's really painful to watch guys awkwardly try to do the same thing when they try to be bad boys. I mean, you've seen them. Anyway, a bad boy may leave in the middle of a text conversation. Hell, he may not respond to a woman's text all the time. And he definitely won't be available when she wants to hang out every time. Now, it's not that he's trying to prove anything. He's just not that interested in impressing her because she is not at the top of his priority list, which in reality makes her want him more. Bad boys tend not to overreact. I mentioned the importance of not overreacting because if you do, it shows a solid lack of confidence. And that's not something that is exclusive to bad boys. Anyone can condition themselves not to overreact, and it'll do nothing but show more confidence in your part. The fact that bad boys don't overreact helps them keep things focused and really gives them a cool factor. I'm thinking of James Bond right now. Picture James Bond. How many times have we seen that character in a movie walking away from a huge explosion behind him? He confidently walks away with his head up, dusting off his shoulder because he knows he's the fucking boss. He's not scampering away, nervously looking back in a panic, tripping over his feet or something. But let's play that out. Let's say little unconfident Jimmy Bond needs to de-stress after that. So he stops into a cute little boho coffee shop for a skinny latte and a ladyfinger. While waiting, he checks his phone and he gets a little pissy because the blind chick that he went out with the night before hasn't returned his 7 texts he sent today. I can imagine him typing, OMG, why aren't you responding to my text? It goes without saying that James Bond would never act like that because he's a straight up bad boy. And to bombard a woman with text that you went out with and she hasn't gotten back to you just makes you look desperate in her eyes. And you might as well just toss that phone number away. Now I'm thinking about James Bond. He probably just got done kicking the shit out of the villain, did his girlfriend, and then blew up the whole building that they were in. I don't. Seriously though, not overreacting is the ultimate indication of being cool, calm, and collected. In no uncertain terms, it shows that a bad boy is not easily fazed by life's bullshit trials. So, can any man be a bad boy? The answer is no. You can't learn to be a bad boy by watching YouTube videos. Being a bad boy is not a persona, and it's certainly not like a pair of shoes that you can just slip on for a night in the town. It's a unique 24/7 combination of mental toughness, intelligence, risk-taking, self-confidence, physical attractiveness, and a touch of asshole. That balance of masculine badassedness is why real bad boys are rare. And that's what makes most women attracted to them. That's it in a nutshell. That is Bad Boy 101. I am proud to announce that we have a new sponsor. These are the good folks over at Cami Secret.
Let's face it, boobs are the greatest thing ever. Right now, this guy has an office boner. For some reason, women keep trying to cover their lady prizes up. Sometimes they even wear undershirts, which is a real fucking buzzkill. Well, now some asshole has invented this new boob apron, which is like a piece of a shirt that women attach to their bras so they can feel like they're wearing an undershirt when it's really just a boner-killing tit kerchief. If you wear a boob apron, then you can look like a librarian, a receptionist, or someone who's allergic to parties. Why wear an undershirt when it gives you breast wedgie? And boob aprons are even worse. Ooh, look, I'm pretending to work. For some reason, a guy telling a girl she has nice hooters is bad. But boob apron takes all the fun out of a date in no time. Nice white wine, dick. Boob apron has fancy fabrics and was made by slave children overseas, which makes wearing boob apron worse because now you support slavery. Life sucks enough as is, and at times getting a peek at cleavage is all men have to look forward to. Why would anybody invent something to ruin a man's happiness and take away his dreams, regardless of what fucking colors this dream robber comes in? This is America, where we're supposed to make dreams come true, not take them away with a fucking fun bag napkin. Wouldn't this fake job be better if these girls could see each other's cleavage and kiss? Isn't life all about being proud of the gifts God gave you? Because believe me, if guys had boobs, we'd only leave the house to show them off. Oh look, it's the white wine dickhead again. Dick. Hey, hop on the phone now, and you can double the buzzkill factor and get twice as many boob aprons as before for the same price. Whoop-de-fucking-do! Yeah, just order a tall stack of these blue ballers and ruin the fun for everyone. And don't forget to ask the operator if he or she has any other ideas on how to make life less fun, like a mouthwash that gives you poison ivy, or French fries with herpes. That'd be just great. Boob apron. Worst fucking invention ever.
Great ad, shitty product. Anyway, a while back, I heard from a woman who wondered why she consistently picked up bad boys who ended up dumping her. She said she recognizes the domestic value nice guys have, the ones who will stick around and who she could probably build a stable future with. She said she just doesn't feel any chemistry with them. I think she's sincere about wanting to change this, but doesn't know how. Since this is kind of a widespread problem for women, especially when they hit 30 years old or so, here are my thoughts. It begins with these women reframing their belief system before they change their situation. As I alluded to earlier, it's not the bad in the boys that women are necessarily attracted to. It's primarily their confidence, among the other things. Bad boys are generally committed to their choices, whether they are right or wrong, good or bad. That's why they get branded as arrogant and labeled as stubborn by women, especially after the relationship is over. Bad boys are not quick to apologize for their actions. In my opinion, that is an indicator of their commitment to their choices. They can have a carefree, risk-taking nature that's attractive and inclines them to do the things spontaneously, regardless if it's reasonable. This can cast a spell of romance on a woman, especially when they haven't dated a guy like that before. Bad boys are also passionate about certain things and are quite creative about how to include it in their lives, including breaking any associated rules if necessary. However, if a guy with those characteristics, confidence and passion and risk-taking, has a value system based in lust, greed, and disrespect, he's just bad. He's an asshole. However, if a man has those same qualities, but has a value system based in honesty, work ethic, informed perspective, spirituality, and the welfare of those in his charge, we should look at him quite differently. He would be a hero in my book. Now, those guys are almost unheard of because there is no radar that can pick them up. There's not a lot of talk out there. There's not social media buzz about those guys. And they like it that way, but they're there. A real bad boy fits somewhere between a nice guy and a hero. Think of Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. They're all like bad boys doing good things, and they look great doing it. They're like the reverse bandits. They break the rules, but they do it for good and exude many of the bad boy qualities. But they're the good guys. Or in a comic book sense, superheroes. So ladies, consider that it isn't mainly the bad in the boys that you are attracted to. As I said before, it's rather the qualities I mentioned earlier. Then reframe what you are looking for in a man so that rather than believing that you're only attracted to bad boys, decide you are attracted to a pseudo hero who also exudes the qualities that you would admire. Now, I'm not suggesting that you start looking for superheroes, but rather recognize that there are solid men out there who are attractive, confident, strong, and able to care for you. Those nice guys that come in last, yes, are usually nice. They're just not confident, and that's not attractive to women. They tend to be the base guys who allow others to take advantage of them and thus lose respect for themselves and confidence in women. They then mistakenly think it's because they are nice guys that they lost the woman, when in actuality, it was because they didn't value themselves enough. So now let's throw it back to the men. Quite often, when we are attracted to a woman who we stand little to no chance of having a lasting relationship with, it's because of our own self-esteem. It's lacking. When we don't believe we deserve someone, we get ourselves in situations in which our belief system is compromised. Start looking at what beliefs you have taken on and then change them to ones that are more supportive of your goals and your well-being. You will find that once your choices align with your beliefs, your goals become better achievable and your self-esteem will climb. Okay, I have a question for you. What are the qualities in a person that you are most attracted to? It's interesting to note that the qualities of a high self-esteem and the qualities of ego can sometimes look the same. Assertiveness, passion, confidence, being carefree. But when framed correctly, they're really quite different. To clarify, behavior-based and healthy self-esteem is never done with an intention to hurt others. Here's a little confidence test. Pay attention to how you react around different people. You may discover that your self-esteem is not as consistent as you'd like it to be. But listen, that's normal. There are factors like respect and reverence that play into it, so that's okay. These people are likely good folks to have in your life. However, if some or one of those people negatively impact your self-esteem, then you have a choice to make. Either you cut them out of your life or work on raising your self-esteem when you're around them. Get it out of your head that you can change them. No matter the example you set with them, they likely need professional help and must want to change. If you want to learn more about becoming self-confident, self-assured, and attractive in your own skin, look me up. If you haven't now is a perfect time to click on the subscribe button. That would be this right here. You know, while you're at it, go ahead and click on the like button. Hit that notification bell too so we can stay in touch. My name is Marco Boulder. I help men find a path of strength and security. Hey, I also explain the finer points of masculinity to women. I am the holder of the sacred manhood operator's manual. Seriously, if you'd like to take a deeper dive into masculinity and relationships, give me a call. Perhaps you have an interesting topic to share. I'll welcome you to come on the Boulder Zone as my guest. It'll be fun. 830-206-8282 and info@boulderzone.com. Right there, that's how you get in touch. Give us your contact information and we'll call you to set up our date. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, and you know what to do.
Get Boulder.
Yeah.